Today on the channel, we step back into the early beginnings of my childhood cartoon watching with Inspector Gadget and Danger Mouse.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another unboxing and review. And today we got a little bit of this and a little bit of that with old school cartoon favorites of my childhood with Inspector Gadget and Danger Mouse. But for all your Inspector Gadget, Danger Mouse needs, I have absolutely no idea. How about Entertainment Earth? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Danger Mouse, Inspector Gadget, two cartoon greats of my childhood. I'm guessing most people know Inspector Gadget. Danger Mouse, you're probably on the fence, unless you're an early fan of very early Nickelodeon, or you're from maybe Europe or the UK, where Danger Mouse, I think, was a heck of a lot more popular, kind of based on a James Bond type character with a mouse, of course. And I guess that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with Danger Mouse right here. This figure I actually found on my trip to PowerCon last year at an Aldi's somewhere outside of Cincinnati, I believe it was. The funny thing was, it didn't ring up at the system, and the lady at the register said, "I'll just ring you up for this iced tea," and it was 97 cents. So I got this for 97 cents. Couldn't beat that, and Danger Mouse just flooded back to me memories of my very early childhood. I mean, I was probably 3 years old, probably when Danger Mouse was running wild and free on Nickelodeon back then. UK serial, I guess, cartoon back in the day. Probably a lot more popular in the UK, but it was on Nickelodeon here in the United States. Also got, what was that, Count Duckula, I believe was the other one. I enjoyed that one. And then an all-timer. Get me a figure, Banana Man. Get me Banana Man. All those were on Nickelodeon back then at that time. We also had Pinwheel. Anybody remember Pinwheel spinning around? Horrible show. One of the worst shows of all time. Absolutely hated it. Nails on a chalkboard to like little 3-year-old Kyle and Pinwheel come on and be like, man, get me out of here. I don't want any part of this. I've always been quirky, let me tell you. Hated the Pinwheel. Love the Today's Special. Get me Jeff and Jody all day long. I think that was a Canadian show, if I'm not mistaken. Get me Sam. Get me Muffy. Give me the whole Today's Special gang. I'm here for Today's Special. But Banana Man was right there at the top of the list for me, as was Danger Mouse. I also liked, was it the Lost Cities of Gold? That was an all-timer. An all-timer old school one as well. Love the Lost Cities of Gold. And there was some like French cartoon as well back then. It was like Sebastian, you had like a Saint Bernard or something. I don't know what was going on with that one, but I enjoyed that show as well. So some real interesting memories of the early onset of Nickelodeon before it got to Mark Summers took over and really changed the face of American TV for children. Of course, shout out to you, Mark Summers. But before Mark Summers, there was things like Danger Mouse and Inspector Gadget reruns. Can't forget that. But we'll go with Danger Mouse first. Like I said, a James Bond style character. And this is one of those ones I just want for a miscellaneous shelf. This is just memories of my childhood right here. I think he had like a helper like Penfield or something like that. Penfold, maybe, something along them lines. Wouldn't mind to get him one day. But Danger Mouse, good enough for me. Very small figure right here. Looks like 4 and up on this one. 4 and up. Well, Mark Summers said, already got it handled. Already got it handled. Perfect right there. Working zip line like a young Shawn Michaels. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive right there as well. Ready for action, it says. Danger Mouse, always ready to go. Is this Jazzwares? Is this a Jazzwares toy? It is a Jazzwares toy. Look at that, Jazzwares. Jeremy Padower, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Duty comes first for Danger Mouse unless fun, death-defying excitement, and almost certain doom are not available. Comes with a working zip line. Collect them all. Launch and fly. Penfold. There you go. Undercover stiletto. I remember him. I don't know if I remember Baron Green back in Nero. Commander-in-Chief Colonel K, definitely remember him. And there's a jetboard Danger Mouse as well. It's all coming up Danger Mouse right here on the channel today. But like I said, a moment in time, I don't know if it holds up. I believe, obviously, this is based off of like a reboot, I believe is the case here. See you later, goodbye, Danger Mouse. Plastic Prison doing its thing. See you later, goodbye. Based off a little reboot action. So I never saw the reboot. Maybe I should give it a try. I don't know. Or maybe I should just leave the memories alone. That might be the way to go. See you later, goodbye. Bam! See you later, goodbye. Let's get down to Danger Mouse action. Where's his car? Didn't he have a car too? Telling you about all my Danger Mouse knowledge. It's been a long time since like 1983 or whatever it was when he was on here on Nickelodeon, at least in the United States. We got Danger Mouse. He just got this doohickey here. Oh, everybody loves a doohickey. But you do get this nice little line. So it's a little like soft rope line right there. Very nice quality here. You attach it, I assume, right onto this bad boy right here. And then he hangs on here. And bam, you're off to the races. We got the zip line ready to go. Why couldn't we get this with Shawn Michaels? That's what we need. Of course, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive with zipline sans rope, of course. But this is pretty nice. Got the DM logo on there, of course, for Danger Mouse. Makes a lot of sense. A good little accessory for him. But the main event is right here. It is Danger Mouse. Very cheap toy. Not a lot of bells and whistles right here. Got that nice mouse head on him. You got the red nose. Got an eye patch you can set your watch to. Always a man of mystery with an eye patch. Eye patches, you know, you wear an eye patch around town and people are there's going to be some conversation starters, that's for sure. So shout out to all the eye patch wearers out there. Yellow eye, got those big mouse ears, got the DM logo on his shirt, I guess we'll call it, or his skin. I don't know. He's got a red belt going on. He's got some big old feet like a young Bozo the Clown, another childhood favorite. Shout out to WGN back in the day. Give me the Bozo of the grand prize game every morning before I went to school. Shout out to it all. But you do get articulation in the head, of course. The arms do go around. Bicep cut. No hands going on. You get a little twirl at the shoulder there. You can do those big old Danger Mouse splits. Watch out for those mouses, of course. Legs do go up. Single jointed knee. Ankles. All right, we got some ankle movement on him. And does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%. Oh my gosh, he does not fit. No. His hole just not big enough. And he's a little mouse after all. Little mouse. And he's not going to fit on a Jazzware stand either. So no stands for Danger Mouse. He is what he is. But he's a classic character from my childhood. And like I said, I think if you were from the UK, you're probably living that Danger Mouse life. You might still be living that Danger Mouse life. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But now we're going to turn our attention over here to Inspector Gadget, and I should say Danger Mouse is what it is. Not going to set your world on fire, just one of those cool little ancillary pieces, maybe a miscellaneous shelf, or maybe on your desk at work. That's what I'm going to say. Same thing with Inspector Gadget, little miscellaneous action is what he's going to be. Found this actually Ross Dress for Less. When you want to dress for less, you head over to Ross, and you pick up an Inspector Gadget figure while you're along the way there. Inspector Gadget looking good, big bubble window right there if you ever need to get that signed. 31 Super Figure Collection. Abyss Style Studios. A lot of unfamiliarity with this one here. I don't know what this is. I'm not even sure what the toy line really is. Just a weird one, but a cool looking one here. Like I said, Inspector Gadget, another childhood favorite. It was on Nickelodeon. That's where I watched it as a kid. He had Penny, he had the brain, he had the Go-Go Gadget arms, Go-Go Gadget legs. Everything could extend on him, just like me. There's a lot that extends on me as well. But Inspector Gadget looking very good. This is what I think of when I close my eyes at night, and many a night I do. I close my eyes and I think of Inspector Gadget, and I say, go Gadget legs, or whatever I do. Gets that helicopter out sometimes. Just like RoboCop before RoboCop in a different way, in a more Inspector way is what he was. But an all-time cartoon, if you never saw it, you got Claw, that evil villain. I remember just wanting to know what happened. Who is this Claw? What is he all about? Never got to see his face, any of that kind of stuff. But a lot of good adventures way back in the Inspector Gadget days. Been movies, there's been reboots, there's been a lot, but the classic cartoon, that's where I cut my teeth. And I still love it to this day. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I still have a lot of those great childhood memories with that one. Inspector Gadget on the side, Inspector Gadget on the side. It was supposed to be like Inspector Clouseau with a twist, maybe? I don't know. Inspector Gadget back there, no cross cells, nothing like that. Jibber jabber literally for days on the bottom. So if you got days of work to do some jibber jabbering, this might be the figure for you. Uh-oh, we got something down here. Nothing else fun. See you later up high. Goodbye. All right, what do we got in here? Oh, we got some cross-sell stuff, and it's all like anime type stuff, so I don't have any time for that. No time for that. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison. What's going on with the old Inspector here? We're going to lock him out, or cut him out of his twist tie because of the magnifying glass. Like an old person, he gets a magnifying glass right there. pull this out. Looks like we're going to take our final stand with the inspector right here, and then give it the old heave-ho. See you later. Goodbye, like young Bill Cartwright. Oh, Bill Cartwright, never forget. Big man for the Bulls back in the day. Keeping it down, but we do get a stand here. Looks a little bit like a manhole cover going on. Then you got two peg stands here. You know me, I love a good stand for a figure. Super Figure Collection Abyss Style Studio. Whatever, 2021 this came out apparently, is what it is. You get one accessory here, a little magnifying glass. Does it actually work? Not really. I thought it did for a second. Does it? No, it does not. It does not. There we go. But it is very cool. Magnifying glass. Like I said, not just for old people reading the newspaper anymore. You never know when you might need one of these to find out what's really going on. Or you want to set fire to some ants. You got to have a magnifying glass. But looking nice. A great accessory and a good sized accessory you could use with other toy lines if that is your thing. Put it with Undercover Raphael. He could be undercover looking for something. Who knows? But now we get the Inspector. Inspector Gadget. Wait a minute. There's no articulation on this. It's 100% a statue. I've been bamboozled. Oh, I've been bamboozled on this one. I thought there was at least a little bit of articulation. Absolutely zero articulation on this one. So it's not even an action figure. It is a statue here. That being said, he is posed out pretty good. He does look pretty good. He does display pretty good. A nice size to him right here. And I do got a Jazzwares figure right here. That's about right. I imagine Inspector Gadget being about like 5'8", 5'9", something like that. You know, I'm 6'1", 6'2" in shoes, something like that. So that's about right. So we could maybe scale him with our action figures if we wanted to here. But I am a little disappointed there's no movement here. Not sure if I really needed it, but it's the principle of the thing. It's the principle of the thing. I wanted some movement out of this. But man, looks like Inspector Gadget all day long. Got that little gray hat going on. Got the hair out the back. And got that big, long nose going on there. And you can just hear his voice all day long. Like a young Maxwell Smart. Anybody ever think they sounded the same? Maybe. But looking good in the skin. Pale, just like Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget always dressed to the nine. Always had the tie and the work shirt on underneath. Got that big old Inspector coat over the top. Looking good. He's even got the G for the Gadget in the belt buckle. Looking good. Did they ever explain how Inspector Gadget got his gadgets? Did he get like blown up like RoboCop? Somebody was just shooting him down and they had to, we can rebuild him. We can rebuild him as an Inspector Gadget. I don't know if that's how it went, but it sounds good. It's a good story in my brain, at least. I remember thinking that when I was a little kid, watching RoboCop, saying, I wonder if Inspector Gadget has a similar origin story. Who knows? We got the brown gloves going on, the blue pants, the gray shoes. Is what it is. Of course, he's going to fit on the stand, as we know. He's made for it, after all. He better fit on it. He does fit on it. You put the magnifying glass in there, and he's ready to solve any crime. And where's Penny in the Brain to help him out with some of these crimes? So, not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it is cool for what it is. It could fit in with some stuff. I'm going to decide where I put him in. I might hide him in my Turtles universe, my Turtle Street scene. I might have him kind of around the corner just inspecting on some things maybe. And I might throw Danger Mouse in the same spot. Maybe I'll have these two as a superhuman or a superhero team-up is what this could be. A Danger Mouse, Inspector Gadget, crossover event of a lifetime. We all wanted to see that never got. Well, we can get it now in our own Fig Fed, if we really want to. But a little off the beaten path here, a little nostalgic trip down my childhood with some of the earliest cartoon memories of mine as a little kid. Happy to have these in my miscellaneous shelf, miscellaneous collection right now. But there it is, old Inspector Gadget and one Danger Mouse. Can we bring on the Lost Cities of Gold? Can we bring on Banana Man? Can we get those figures in the future? We'll see what ends up happening. Maybe I'll make them myself if I have to. Get me the Banana Man, like I said. But that's Inspector Gadget. That's Danger Mouse. Let me know your thoughts on these two in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Danger Mouse and Inspector Gadget, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.